Zo. Blijf daar. Iets lager. Voilà. Perfect. En welkom terug voor Noire. Maar mijn haar ligt slecht. Oh, is toch. Oh, is toch. Wie heeft dat gedaan? Wie is het topper? Ja, dat ga ik niet verklappen, anders gaat ze pist zijn. Maar dat plukje haar hier, amai. De Silk Stocking Murder. Ja. Even hier alles doen. Alles fixen. Dat is een nieuwe zaak.
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hopeless.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me really soon.
You can drive. You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
Oké. Waarschijnlijk zal het weer een vettige moordscene zijn. Nou ja. Ik ga het ook rechts van boven zetten. Zie, deze lijkt ook direct veel logisch.
Detective, the ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker?
Cause of death is pretty apparent. You thought we'd best wait for you when you're ready.
The lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force. Kiss the blood, BD. Another wedding ring coming from the finger. No skin under the fingernails.
Eigenlijk. Oh, is dat papier?
Only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it? The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
Best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is top.
Strangled, battered,
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mel?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Klopt. Zullen we aan bekijken. Een briefje. Het is wel raar, hè? Daar ligt nog bloed. Nee, dat is het lichaam, dat heb ik al gehad. Zie, oei.
May as well follow the trail.
Nou, dat dacht ik dus ook te doen. Nou, hij heeft zijn hoed nu vast.
Antonia. Huh. Same as a library card.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Dat is wel niks zo.
That's got to be a code or a cipher.
Nou, we moeten hier naar boven, hoe dat hem toch maar doet. Echt.
Where are you taking us?
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us?
Vraag mij ook af.
Clearly wanted to find these things. They left them for us.
Here you go, Phil. Got a new MO. Told you.
I might just be getting more confident.
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Nice.
Trail points up.
pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Oké, dan naar de ring.
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this. Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Ja, cool.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed? It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Not if he's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
Oké.
Wait just a moment. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Miss Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the party. Swap your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment.
Ja, laat me nou weg.
Look at that. Someone's turned the place over.
Okay, you have an address.
Oh,
Smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
klopt.
You know, a little bit of scalps.
En daarmee is het gedaan.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
Een foto, zie. Ze was dus getrouwd.
The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence. We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, Detective. I'll do my best.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife that served me papers, that'd be a mass murder.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea.
Ja,
She
dat
was a
zie je
good
zo.
girl, but she didn't confide in me.
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino place on North Los Angeles Street.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
Dat is het toch deur.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. Lepenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Ja, broken window, madame. Voilà.
So Antonia lost her keys and used an iron bar to jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace.
Nicholas niet.
Always wore a religious necklace.
Ja, nee.
That's about all of her jewelry.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about her bracelet.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel, seeing as the finger's pointing right at him, or we can check out the El Dorado.
Ik ga direct naar de Maldonado zetten. Plekje.
Can you drive to this one?
Where exactly are we going? A nosy old hag? Ah! And I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wife's line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
304.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about it. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest.
Oh, moest dan weer.
Now look, I don't want no trouble, see? I got nothing to say to you.
Oh, die is wel goed inbukten. Wow.
Damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects being transported to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I could kill my own wife?
Ja, zei doe. En die? Nee, eigenlijk, ik weet het niet of dat uit zou gedaan hebben.
Figured the whole place is going over. And talk to the neighbors.
Dan was de neighbors dus eigenlijk gewoon.
Phelps, I don't care. Don't call me. No good. Nobody here.
Sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD, were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear of disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, miss?
I ran. I had the door open.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Kept thinking you were going to call that one a nosy old hag too, Phelps. Well executed.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
Look. Zou ik misschien toch niet moeten kijken? Ja, ik denk het wel. Ik ga toch nog eens terug gaan. Wat de weg Finbar.
Just picked fruit market.
Oké. Hop, een shirt met bloed.
This will take some explaining.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of things and moved it. That's an alibi.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Is that all you need, detective?
You're behind the wheel.
Ooh, no grill.
KGPL, 11 King, over.
11K, Captain Donnelly and Detective Sergeant Finis Brown urgently request your presence at Central. A new letter has been found.
11K, en route.
Då blir vi dem direkt ner Central Station igen. Ja. Whee!
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
Downstairs.
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy that was
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir. This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the backseat of the cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the spares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem.
Poem.
And
Hand typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Keep upon the soul.
Upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
That's why we called you in.
You think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley. Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's super.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers, but you said his fiend-shaped company takes pleasure in company. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We had the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Yes, let's.
Mouthpiece
Yep.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What are you talking to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment. That was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
You're lying, Angel.
Hello,
You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. Don't let me tell you I was at home.
Zijn broer wel.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her, and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right? But she went out, and I went out after her, and we jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford Coupe.
Okay.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorced. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Ook
I
gelogen.
don't believe you. She'd been granted a decree nihil. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you, I wouldn't accept a divorce.
Daar staat dat hier.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
Small shoe size, hè?
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of her.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaved.
Nee, dat was te veel bloed. Maar ik
Angel,
zie dat
I'm
hem
not
niet.
going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, believe me, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Orange Street downtown.
One last question. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Mary says it's sick.
Misschien nu eens naar El Dorado gaan. Hè? De bar.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
girls who've been out drinking?
No. A broad drinks, she gets a bit tight, she starts mouthing off. This leads to that, and she ends up in an alleyway. It's a sad story, but this town's seen it play out 1,000 times, Cole.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because there are perfectly good real-life suspects for every one of these murders. We don't need to go looking for the monster under the bed.
What can I get you?
LAPD.
An interview, bitch!
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah, me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Malala.
What'd she do?
She was murdered.
She's dead. Bam!
Oh,
Vindt je van mijn bed?
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to with. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
Want a tip? Refill my coffee next time.
Divorce papers? Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was going to show him.
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Bad cop.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? My phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was going to serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile out of
Playtrough.
her face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have white feet.
Handbag was left just up there, overlooking the market.
Could have come here from the start and saved themselves a day's leg.
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. But I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
It's something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he got me talking to her. She had me back until last night.
Okay. Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Dat lijkt me wel juist.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think.
Dat is het wel.
She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem?
Ja, daar een keer gaan zien. Hopla!
No wonder it stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Daar zie ik al niet meer bloed.
I cut someone who was already dead.
It's a typical power. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Like we've seen it during the war.
Hier de boxen een keer open doen. Nee, wacht. Kan ik dat verder investigeren? Nee.
This fruit skull punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before he pulls his fucking arm. Clem!
Ah, ja, dat weg.
God damn it, get after him, Cole! I'll try
Moet
to
niet
shoot
van
out
mij
his
haten, wij
tires.
zot.
Wish me luck.
Wish me luck zetten.
I should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy. Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
Ga dat de weg.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road. Get yourself up. Now.
You're a sick man. Need help.
Outstanding job on this case, Jim. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fee in person to visit myself and remind them that crime in this city is not going to be punished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the Raiders. I'll be sure to mention their names. Now, on your way.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
Look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
We'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show?
Who the fuck is a Shadow?
Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. Sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Okay. Ziet zo steeds wat meer over zijn leven, hè? Oh, dat is niet helemaal goed.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, the fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, task is at hand. The address is on the road, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in a short case. 8 people will never sound good time.
Greetings from sunny California. Stop.
Ik vraag het mij ook af. Galloway, you drive. Als hem komt, hè, want maar dan moet je tijd hebben, hè.
Fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling.
Yeah, Californians love a fact, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to see.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man. You can't always get home run. Sometimes you just gotta make first.
Detectives, Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Scene secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses. Thanks.
Een coole jas.
Will do, detective. This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
Nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm brewing around 10 last night, and rain washed most of it away.
And the body? Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire cracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. For my money, it's triple grade again.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message, this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with the dignity.
Being so dressed, very distinctive. Inside of her undershoot.
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Raar.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Nou, dat heb ik al gedaan, hè. Dat zijn voetstappen, hè. Ja.
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Oh.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
You're clear to work, Detective.
I'll call you when I know something. Meanwhile, get on with the case.
Hopla.
Detective, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just
De vier volle kijkers. Hello, hello.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Awful hobo?
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. Been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Oh, een busje. Een busje, of wat? Ja, daarvoor moet ik zeker nog eens bellen. Nu in al die auto's gaan zitten voor nieuwe auto's te hebben. Ja. Ik heb al veel gemist hoor ook. Zo'n auto stuk niet, en daar staan alle auto's daar dan.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective.
Just a moment.
There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thank you.
Under the bridge out time, I drink some blood.
You can drive.
To the Superior Laundry Services.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on it. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
I understand, Sheriff. Wacht, waarom zeg ik Sheriff? I love it. Hey bitches.
So what next?
You remember that tag number?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks. You wrote the number down on that dress, is there?
F1. Jesus, 3 valt staan.
Mrs. T. Tarleton, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake. I'm at a loss.
You have a lead. Let's find out what the husband is.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
To the Tarleton address. Woo!
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife.
I've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic type show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Ah, mijn poepenhatje doet zo zeer. Mijn poepenhatje doet zo zeer. Na deze case gaan we wel terug iets anders doen. Klop, klop, klop. Met zijn 2 kinderen.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. I'm very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think that...
Proceed.
I do think.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetie.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Dad.
What's the problem, Wilson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. Want to hear something funny, Terry? Some bums love filling out a missing person. As they do with the names of suspects.
To check if she
Better
was
boy.
regular. I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Me too.
Seems irrelevant.
No, dat is hier in die meisjeskamer.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Hier, dat is nat. En dat zit mijn moeder.
You can see if the finger can match the impression of the crime scene. So she went out without her handbag?
Right.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Inderdaad. Misschien in de tuin nog iets. Hier snel rondlopen. Misschien in hier iets van touw. Ah, hier aan de boot zie.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Het ziet er niet goed uit voor onze Lars. Hij geeft een telefoon aan dat ik moet gebruiken, maar er was ook een in de living room.
Operator, give me R&I.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross, then send some uniforms over?
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks. For the record, Mr. Charles, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt you?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. Can't be anyone who knew her.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Staat daar achter u, mazzel?
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow line from your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Voor een of andere reden denk ik ook dat al.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it.
Yes.
Do what she wants to do.
Yes.
Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Darren's bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, calls me. We go bring her.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Waarschijnlijk niet. Nee. En zijn eerste
Spill it, Carolson.
gezicht dat
We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have to sit her until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead without staying. She storms out. I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
Drove.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The car came at Bobby's, was wrapping up. Played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
Dat is gelogen.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home.
How do you figure that?
Ik kan zelf kiezen tussen Muddy Boots of weet ik het. Ik ga voor de Muddy Boots.
You got so close. You found your wet leather here.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. Walked back out the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Charles.
You need to go downtown.
I should have taken the dancing.
In my experience, man, they give him the garage, they give into him the entire lot. Sounds like the Carlson crowd had her last drink at Barron's bar. We should check the place out.
Appreciate your time, sir. Kind of rings true.
Barron's bar ga ik gaan.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. You know, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Last contact with
What
victim.
time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
Dat lijkt mij juist.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it? Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa.
You
The
did?
only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried.
Ah, okay.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
Geen volgende vraag, bitch.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
Fuzz.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Ben.
All right, 2 creeps were all over. Promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure, I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates.
Richard Bates?
Back right now. Red polo shirt.
Moeten we die net zo beet ook een keer aan interviewen?
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
Denk
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
And she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Bluff. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. Can't let the son of a bitch get away. Go, Phelps, get after it. Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive. thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands. I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Put your hands in the air!
Woo!
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
Hands in the air.
I have a choice in this.
Contact with victim.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. Her face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Bad spot.
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. Thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my anger. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor Boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole. On what offense? Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice, private chat. I'll explain my theory that one's a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a code to sell.
Richard here knows that.
Here again in New York. I need to tell Los Angeles.
Phelps, badge 1247.
1247.
I need an APB out on the yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings of car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thanks, Matt. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Oh, ook cool zo vrij.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
Ja. Waar is 7th Street? Ah, daar.
Where's that cab got to now?
Stik zou allemaal niet. Check hoe groot dat hier is, man. Is dat een cap? Ja, waar zijn wij? Poeh, zeker.
Yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K. Yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer. KGPL clear.
Nice.
God, you're gonna kill us!
All right, so where's the cab?
Car 11K, your suspect vehicle, yellow cab 3591, sighted at 6th and Valencia.
Daar moet zijn.
3591, that's in there.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Baron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
A green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor. He was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
The Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Okay, nu mag je mij rijden.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
You're behind the wheel. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
He's in an interview too.
Thanks. What are you making me?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Twee collega, hey! Hey, collega, ga uit de weg!
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Baron's bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
Took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Carrollson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off than me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. I left around closing, maybe 1:30. Got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American, 249. Went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
That's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in two in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, detective.
Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Brand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Excellent.
Dan moeten we naar terug. Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his lockers.
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Nee, er stond een busdepot dan nog.
You can drive.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Paul.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Harrelson picked up.
11K, roger.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Okay.
gonna drive the whole thing.
Won't take long. We have a siren.
All-American 7-4, let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Waar blijft de bus?
Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. Just give me a nudge if you see him, right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife.
Oh, Rusty.
Hier gaan we die vinden, iemand? Niks van.
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
Bad luck says we'll be chasing it all night.
Is dat toegesneld?
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road. That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near the hobo.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trouser and left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, I guess we ought.
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
We need to hold out.
How do we do that like this?
Buckshot, keep him down, Phil.
Killing make you feel
rightful
powerful.
share, we need to fight for it!
These men know they're harboring a murderer.
Still be hands up.
What do you think, Joe Lewis? What's your name?
Comrade Stahl.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stewart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more than read on the Japanese.
The Kremlin's over here, Phil. Toss it, see what you find.
Hij heeft het dus gedaan, hè.
Looks familiar. Safe better to match the mark on Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Nou, dat had ik zelf gezien. Dat is gewoon omdat het geluid maakt.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer. You can drive.
Ik denk dat Stewart Ackerman het heeft gedaan.
Her husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder. Going this way.
Any ideas?
Come on. Ackerman won't play ball or rattle his teeth.
Staan in een interview, in? Ja. Waar is die dan? Wat is dat nog?
Why don't you go polish your war medal? Leave me alone.
Hier dan. Ja.
You were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I killed.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terrelson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof.
Nou, wat bij zo'n mossel dat ik dan niet heb. Kijk, hij is aan het stressen. Ja.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
You were up on the hill. You were seen during the day. We have a witness. We have evidence. Come clean with me, Ackerman, and I'll see what I can do for you.
I despise your pity. You have nothing that links me in this world.
Ik heb daar dingen. Daar hand. Haar purse.
We have you cold, Ackerman. Her purse and the ballroom ticket were in your lean-to. Tell us why you did it.
I kill because people need killing. That's what I was trained to do.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy rat who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrelson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time to send some men in to remove the goggles and send them on the way over the county line. A grand day for the region. And a grand result you will know. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Nog iets? Oké, dan ga ik het hier nog eens laten saven. Dan gaan we het begin al van voor het filmpje zien. Dan laten we het zo. Merci om te kijken en tot de volgende. Toedels!